Hello and welcome. I am Dr. Anil Joshi. Welcomes you to my series Iconology and Temple Architecture Perspectives. Today we are going to visit Hampi. Hampi has got lot of monuments, lot of places to visit and lot of wonders as far as technologies are concerned, archaeologies are concerned, iconologies are concerned, and as far as building architectures are concerned. All these things cannot be covered in one topic. That's why we have covered it in separate topic. So today's topic is about museum. Why museums are important or how museums are created. Museums are a concept introduced by Archaeological Survey of India. What is the aim of it? That at certain place, whatever artifacts they find, they are kept at certain place. Hello and welcome. We are meeting again in Hampi. Hampi is very important, not only from those who follow religion, but also for those who follow history and for also those who want to know why India was called as the most prosperous country in the world, why Vijayanagar was called as the richest town, richer than Rome at its time, that is in 15th century. So for that it has to meet certain criteria. It has to have a biggest trading center. It was the biggest trading center in Asia as far as horses, diamonds, gold, silver are concerned. Not only that, it was also a biggest market for the weapons, then also for those who want to sell their horses, then camels, believe it, camel I said, even camels were sold here, and the city was so prosperous that it had a supermarket of diamonds, silver and gold separately, horse market separately, so also a market of pan supari, that was also a separate big market having stalls, hundreds of stalls were there. Now all these things were attracting many foreign visitors. Is it that the only place for trading? No, it was also a historical place. A lot of events mentioned in Puranas and Ramayanas have occurred here. This was a Kishkinda in Puranas, in Ramayana. It was a birthplace of Lord Hanumana. It was a kingdom of Vali and Sugriva's, and Prabhu Ramachandra has stayed here while going to Sri Lanka for a couple of days. He has worshipped here Shiva, whose temple is still there, and also there are many other architectural, iconological, temple designing point of view, like a Vithala temple which has got a musical pillar. Here there are plates which can sing. After Vithala temple you can also see big Gopuram that was there in the Hampi. Big Gopuram, singing pillars of Vithala, and also royal enclosures. Now royal enclosures means it was a king's palace and a place for activity at that time. You can see ruins, but that can give you how much gorgeous it would have been. We have heard of stories of Tenali Ram and Krishna Dev Raya, which has occurred here. Now here there are big elephant stables, which means that they have large number of elephants with them. They were having processions of horses, elephants there in front of stable. Then they have a large zanana, which was including a lotus palace. Then also there is Queen's Bath, summer palaces. Their queens were staying absolutely in comfort. And what kings were doing? Every day morning they were going for a war exercises. That was in front of elephant stable, where they had teachers right from Mongolia. So they are learning all arts of war here. And you can also see certain pushpakaranis, that is wells, the designing of which is at such a geometry and with such a preciseness that you will be just stunned looking at it. And believe it, it was constructed in a very short time. Go anywhere in the town, you will find a Gopuram of Virupaksha temple. Go anywhere in town, you will see hills of the Matunga hills, then Hanuman birthplace, that is Anjanadri hills. So also many temples, many supermarkets. So do visit Hampi after a brief idea. Main aim of our series is to give you a brief idea about multiple monuments. However, that is not possible to cover in one lecture. Therefore, we have got multiple lectures. Stay tuned to us, see our multiple videos, subscribe to us and enjoy the wealth of knowledge and know why India was the most powerful, why Vijayanagara Samrajya was most powerful, why it was the largest supermarket, why it was attracting tourists all throughout, and what was the technological advances. Let's get going to each topic. Whatever structures are formed in a ruin form, they'll try to restore it. So museum is a place where we find a lot of artifacts, and archaeology point of view, iconological point of view, they are very important. Second thing, this museum has got multiple photographs that can show you how Hampi was around 150 years back and how restoration work has taken place. It's excellent, marvelous, and it definitely deserves credit. So a great job done by archaeology department as well as by Karnataka government. Now let us come back to the museum. Why we should see museum is archaeological museum is located at Kamalapur village near Hampi. It houses a great deal of artifacts collected from Hampi ruin site. From Kamalapur you can walk to the museum by taking a road that goes towards east side. It's very easy to find, everybody knows it, and this being a small place and a very important place, everybody knows it. This one can contains an immensely useful exhibit to invoice the visitor. Visitors are very happy to see it. They feel that they are justified in coming in. The scaled model, in fact 2 of the Hampi topography with the monuments located on it is situated there. There is an excellent display about the area plan and relative location of the sites. If you are confused with the sites, go to the museum, find out 3-dimensional view, aerial views, and then you will start recollecting where you are gone or where you are going to see. A large one located at the central courtyard is a miniature copy of Hampi with hills and rivers simulated. They are exactly like that. They are models of it. The smaller but more detailed model located inside last gallery gives you a comprehensive view of the royal center. I like 2 charts. One chart giving how the language has been developed, how the alphabets has been developed, how A was earlier, how B was earlier, everything is displayed. It's excellent, so one must see it. The museum has 4 principal sections. The first one exhibits the Hampi model mentioned above. The second section is dedicated to mainly to the sculptures and idols from the Hampi ruins. A large number of artifacts belong to Veerabhadra cult and Shiva worship is prominent. The exhibit in this section include Veerabhadra, that is a demon god created by Lord Shiva, then Bhairava in the foursome posture of hearing the death of his consort Sati. Now what happened, there is a story regarding Sati goes to her father for a yajna where Shiva was insulted, and she did not like the insult and she just entered the yajna fire. When Lord Shiva came to know it, he was furious. This is a fearsome form of the Shiva, and then what happens, everyone can imagine. The Bhikshatana is a specific word, Murti, depicting Shiva wandering and begging with a ball made of human skull, that is typical of Shiva. Then Mahishasuramardhini, the terminator of buffalo demon, a fearsome aspect of goddess. Then Kartikeya, as it is known, he is the elder brother of Lord Ganapati and his vehicle is peacock. And then Vinayaka is Lord Ganapati. So they all are there. The third section displays an array of tools, arms, then connives and other aspects that were used during the Vijayanagara Empire. So it is interesting to see how it was before. The book-like document made up of brass and bundled with a ring on display is a very peculiar. As we know, all the historical aspects are only known by 2 sources. One thing is by inscriptions and another by the letters. Letters, Indian as well as those who has visited in India but were foreigners, after going there, whatever they are written is a treasure for us. The fourth one is the oldest of all the display objects. An array of antiquities and prehistoric and protohistoric periods are arranged there. It is nearby. Anegondi is a prehistoric settlement. Then hero stones, stones flagged, dedicated to heroes who died in battle. Now hero stone is another aspect or another lecture topic, and there are lectures. What is displayed in hero stone, why it is displayed, who are there in the hero stones, everything is extensively covered in that lecture. Then some stones flag a memories of wives committed suicide after the death of husbands. It is the Sati stone. Sati is walking in the fire where the husband is burned alive. So it is not exactly suicide. Sati is a Sati, it's not suicide in the battle. Then stucco figures, then portios of porcelain pottery from excavation sites were defined, and a gallery of execution of photographs. Photograph gallery I liked because that gives you an idea how it was some 100 years back and how it is now. With that you know how well the restoration work has been done. The miniature replica of the Royal Centre is impressive with finer details. You can easily get it over here. So that's why you should see a museum is one of the must in your itinerary when you visit any such sites. The Archaeological Survey of India runs the museum. The timings are usually in daytime 10 to 5, closed on Friday. Then there is very nominal entrance fee, but be sure it is used for all good purposes. Once you go inside, you will know where your money has been utilized and you will be proud to be. Photographs inside a gallery are prohibited with a large cameras, but outside in the lawn, photography is allowed. Nowhere photography with stand are allowed. Here you can see certain replicas. It is a single stone in which you are finding certain carvings. Now this is a typical of Vijayanagara architecture. In Vithala temple and in Malyavat Raghunatha temple, they are musical. Do see them. Vithala temple, they are not allowed, but at other side they are allowed. These musical pillars of the stone is a peculiarity of Hampi, and they are tried it over here. They are tried it at multiple locations, and that all things will tell you how it was their ideas, how they were designing and how they were implementing. All is just marvelous. Now this is outside lawn where the photography is allowed, monuments are there, and you can enjoy the artifacts seen here. They are fairly in good shape, though few are damaged, and this is not the only one. It is all surrounding building, thousands and thousands of artifacts you will see, and they are really in well kept, beautiful, and they'll make you proud how our ancestors were. What was the glorious period 400 years back, why India was called as the most advanced country, and why the Hampi was ranked as one of the best city in the world. It was more prosperous than Rome. So that is why we should be proud of all these things, and we should find out why it is said so. Not only the artifacts, not only the buildings, not only the markets, but also the many inscriptions, then historical proofs will tell you why it was a great period. Now these are the different gods, different carvings, and most important thing you have to remember is they are 500 years old or older than that. And that time how they are carved, all these things is with just chisel and a hammer. So great were our older people. Great was the work done by them. Now it is up to us to preserve it and keep it for the next generation, so that they will be proud how 500, 600 years back we were. Many interesting factors are available, how our history was, how advanced we were, maybe around 1500 back, how well tools we had to make all these things. And there are certain sites like Ballura and Halibiddu where you can see lot of wonderful temple architectures, lot of things which cannot believe that they are made by hands. And with that we are coming to the end of this lecture. I am thankful for giving me your valuable time. Thank you, goodbye and take care. See you again in our next video. I am very sure you have liked it. So give us a like and